Okay, so I built the construction site. It looks pretty good, but now I'm gonna go with the next set. Why is the lens so weird? Why is the lens so weird? The next set, the observatory. The camera looks really weird right now. It's like it's a dream. Guys, today I'm going to open the second biggest set in terms of pieces. So of course we finished the construction site. Next up is the observatory. Apparently this is more pieces than that one, but this looks way smaller. I think they're just small pieces or something. So let's do this. And then I'm doing that one the next time. That one I'm hyped for, man. Gosh. I don't know if these stickers are worth anything. Probably not. Anyway. Wow. This had their swinny bags too. And hey, look, a sticker sheet. That's cool. So, and look at that. You have to do the digital one again, like, bro. Welcome to my review of the Mountain View Observatory Bricklink Design Program set. So this is what's cool. The reason I bought it is because I love stars and space. And what better to symbolize that in my Lego city than an observatory that looks at stars and space. So let's take a look at this build. So the build is covered with nature, probably because it's meant to be on a mountain. So you got a cool cherry blossom tree, my favorite type of tree. So that's cool. There's a little ravine, river, lake, stream under the stairs going up to it. Probably shouldn't have built this place over that. Like, why would you do that, basically? Just do it somewhere else. But you got some nice, greenery, a lot of cheese loaves, a bit too much. There's a nice, tree with some food, or apples, I mean. This side's a little bland, but hey, it's alright. It's still, they still detailed it, so that's nice. This side is just a little bit more mountain, and that's all the greenery. Took way too long to do that, actually. Too many cheese loaves. And I also feel like the piece count could have been lowered a heck ton if they just use those huge rock pieces that Lego has. Look, it looks like them anyway. You might as well do it because I swear, if you replace these chunks with just those Lego rock pieces, covered them in cheese slopes, it would look the exact same. And I'd be willing to place a bet on that. Like, dang, bro, could have been way cheaper. But whatever. Let's continue because the rest of the build is kind of epic. So look at that. The future is you. It's so inspiring. It does look cool. Like, I'm going to be hyped to put this in my city. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers to it. So let's go to the basement. So the basement is a little crazy. Look how crazy that gaming setup is. That's it's not gaming obviously, but 10 monitors going ham. Little overkill, but hey, it's alright, it's alright. There's actually a lot of details. It's like, I feel like they went a little crazy with details, a little ham with it. Like, so many details, built-in cabinets, just tables and boxes and pizza and tables and stuff. I know I did say the greenery was a little too detailed. I honestly do think the insides are also a little too detailed. I feel like they did what I did when I was a kid, which was I went into Lego Digital Designer, put every cool part I could find, and then I was like, yeah, I want that, just because it had every cool part. And I feel like that's kind of what they did. But yeah, I don't mind, I like detail. So there's an engine room here. I didn't realize there was an engine inside of an observatory, but I guess it makes sense if you gotta rotate a huge chunk of the building, right? So it's pretty hefty in here. A lot of pieces. And again, I feel like a little too much detail. Like, do you really need all of those tools? Do you need an axe to work on an engine? I don't think so. Just a little bit too much. A little too much plates everywhere. They went a little overkill. But I don't mind, dude. I really don't mind. It's because it's cool. But I will say, there are a little bit of annoying parts about this build, okay? Something I've noticed with all of these Bricklink sets is they aren't secure, okay? So this one is the best. This is the most secure set in terms of structural integrity. It's actually really strong. This one is where you start to notice problems, okay? The build itself is alright, but the details, especially on that top floor, finicky, unsecure, pieces that probably shouldn't have been used. And unfortunately, this set, the Mountain View Observatory, does it the worst out of all of these three. And there's so many instances of this. For example, they did all these details, but they couldn't put a plate under the pillow on that bed just to secure it a little more or something. And that's the word, that's the least offender, right? Next one is the mountains themselves aren't really too securely connected to everything. You know, building this on a flat surface, moving it around, the pieces of the plates underneath, they keep falling off, man. It's annoying. I don't know what the heck's up with that. The mountain sometimes is a little, when you're building it, it's very fragile the whole time you're building it, but in the end it comes together and it's secure, but it's super annoying. Anyway, let's get on to the second floor, because that's where the worst problems are. Alright, so the roof and stuff just comes off like that. Pretty good. But this floor is so interesting, so detailed, but again, still finicky, right? So let's take a look at all the details. So many. You got little cabinets and things, you know, mini builds of shuttles and rovers and stuff. So cool. At first I was annoyed because I thought there would just be loose shelf pieces, but then they put glass over it, so I was like, heck yeah, but it got worse after that, which I was annoyed by. But anyway, checkout area, so many details. There's even a planet table. So here's the stairs and stuff, and you know, more models and crap. But this is where I was so annoyed. Why did they do this? These are tickets for, well, that's not a ticket, but they just have papers on display that you can grab and get. But they're all loose. They're loose. It'd be fine if it was like a gravitational thing, but the sides are just loose. So when you move it, everything falls off. So I was like, I'm not even going to attempt to put these on the shelf. I'm just going to throw them in here. And that's exactly what I did, because there's no point in putting them on the shelves when they're just going to fall off. And they fell off. I put a few on, but most of them fell off, man. It's annoying. Like, why? That was a letdown. And again, I said with this set, it has a little too much details. Like, did it really need a case of cans in the corner at the checkout stand? Stuff like that. You know, it's like, you went a little bit too hardcore, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like this could have been cheaper if you took out a few details that don't need to be here. And now we get onto the structural side of things. So, this set sacrificed detail for structural integrity. So we talked about the base and how it's not too secure. There's even this table, which I don't know why it's placed here. It's not even fully connected. Like, okay, it's just a little, like, what the heck? It's annoying. But the worst part is the walls. When I went to a Lego store years back when I was just a kid, I went to a Master Builder Academy. And the first lesson they taught there was interlocking. And this is something you see in all Lego sets, and they don't really do it too well in this set. You see how many panels there are? So interlocking, what that is, I don't know, let's go to a Harry Potter set, alright? Here's an example. You see how pieces overlap each other? Or even here, these pieces overlap each other, because if you try and tug on it, it's secure and it won't just fall apart. But if pieces aren't interlocked and you tap them, they'll just break apart. And this set does that terribly. This is so annoying. Look at this. If you take this plate off, this whole wall can come off. Like, what? Why is this not secure to anything else? You could have secured it to this. Just keep swapping out those L bricks throughout this whole column and you could secure all the walls together. But no, it comes off, and then when it's off, look, panels come off too. Like, what, dude? Look, man, I'm all for using these big pieces to hurry the builds up, you know? Like, that set does it really well with the windows. It just fills the space and still looks good. But you can't sacrifice integrity, structural integrity. Like, all it's held together by is that. 2 plates on each side. That's not strong at all, and I think every wall does it. Things just aren't secure, and it's annoying. What I noticed with all these Bricklink sets is Lego's quality control didn't look at these sets as well. I feel like they were just, you know, they tried to update the parts to modern pieces, and then they were just like, okay, that's all we're doing. We're not checking anything. Which is why we got so many unnecessary things in this build. Too many details, not enough strength. So let's look at the next floor. So the next floor is really cool. There's nice tiling and a telescope. You could look out over the stars, you know. And of course you have the observatory piece. So this just comes off. But, you know, the inside's actually really cool. Like, you got some cool patterns and stuff and someone teaching the solar system. And this floor is kind of cool. Like, I don't know. It's just neat. Surprisingly, it's not as detailed. I feel like they started to run out of budget on this floor. Like, this wasn't even included on the floor. I just put it there. And, like, this is a bit weird, but, hey, everything on this floor is still strong. Oh, maybe not too strong. Oh, yeah, what the? This is wobbly, too. So, yeah, there's a severe lack of quality control, man. We need integrity. So, this part is cool, though. So, this whole assembly, you just put that thing into the middle, and that's what secures it on the whole place. And it's fairly secure. It has some weight to it. And like a real observatory, it'll spin around so that you can position it wherever you want. So that's really cool. Now with this whole assembly, they could have easily made this a lot easier to build, but no, you had to be detailed. So there's a crap ton of cheese slopes everywhere. Way too many cheese slopes. I had to keep going back to make sure I didn't miss cheese slopes. Just too many, man. But it's alright. So it opens up just like an observatory would. It's great. So you move this rod to position the telescope, and that's a really nice mechanism. Love how they did that. And it's great. But something I don't understand is this. Why? Maybe I'm missing something, but why? So there's a red light up brick, and we all know any electronic pieces, any batteries will dramatically increase the price of a Lego set. So adding that, what feature does that add? Am I missing something? Do observatories have this normally? Maybe? I don't know. It's not needed, not necessary at all. No fireplace that this was for, nothing. It's just there. So that increased the price. Using too many pieces increased the price where you could have skimped out. Yet they still used not enough pieces that impacted the structural integrity. They use a little too many details. But this also comes apart too. So when I showed my brother this set, his first instinct, I guess he didn't know how an observatory worked, right? So he just decided, yo, I'm gonna lift this up. See how unsecure that is? Please, just secure it better. The whole thing's falling apart. It shouldn't even fall apart there, man. Oh my gosh. No integrity on this build, man. But it's alright. It still looks cool. So this comes off. I think. I don't even remember the house. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. I messed that one up. So this comes off like a modular style. So yeah, it's supposed to come off like that. Not very safe. That's probably gonna fall apart. But the inside is kind of cool. You got the whole telescope. You got a trap door. Very nice to the staircase. You got a lot of computers and stuff on the side. I feel like, again, they put a little too much detail. You know? Like, do you really need a clock there? Do you... I don't know, man. They went a little hardcore with it. This feels like something I would have made when I was younger, just trying to spam as much cool stuff as I could. But it impacts the price, dude. I don't know. It's still neat, though. So yeah, that'll just go on there. So the overall set, though, is fine. I still enjoy the set. I still think it will look cool when I put it on display in my city and stuff, but it's just not as strong as I would hope it would be, right? But hey, way she goes. Still a cool set. So if you're thinking of getting it and you still like it after all that, yo, get it, because that's what I did. I still love it. It's great. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Click subscribe and fly on.